Okay, this message is for all of you parents and grandparents out there who maybe don't follow politics or you don't really identify as a liberal or conservative. You just don't really pay attention. The liberals created a policy to win you persuadables over. And hey, it looked great on paper. And that policy was $10 a day childcare. It became their number one pillar, their marketing plan, because listen, I'm a mom. There was nothing more stressful than finding quality and affordable childcare. Nothing. So, hey, some politician, some liberal comes out and says, I'm going to create a program where childcare is $10 a day. Sign me up. For those of you who don't know, I was the shadow minister or critic for this program. I met with stakeholders, parents, hundreds of people across this country. I traveled this country and I saw childcares and I saw what this program really was. A marketing scheme to buy your votes. It was a marketing scheme to target the people who aren't politically involved, who don't really pay attention because, quite frankly, they're trying to live, pay their bills, and get by. And it's exactly what they did, and they lied to you. But don't just take my word for it. So an auditor general, that's the person in charge of auditing the government's programs and finances, came out with a report today, October 1st, 2025 at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, outlining everything about this program. Waitlists have exploded. One region jumped from 5,000 kids waiting in 2021 to 12,500 in 2024. Here are some of the key findings. Parent fees dropped from approximately $48 a day in 2019 to $23 a day by 2022, on track for $10 a day average by 2026. But the plan relies on more low-income families using subsidies, and enrollment for those families has dropped 31% since 2019. What does this mean? It means that families who are low income, who need access to this program first and foremost, are not getting it. In fact, people with high incomes are accessing this program more than people who need it most. I saw this over and over and over again. In fact, sometimes some of the families I spoke with, it was the nannies who were dropping the kids off to get the subsidy, your tax dollars, subsidizing high income families, not the people who need it most. Funding. The province spent the federal allocation faster than planned. There's an anticipated shortfall of almost $2 billion in 2026 to 2027 without new federal or provincial money. Not sustainable. Quality and workforce. The province pledged 60% of staff would be registered early childhood educators, RECEs, by 2026. In 2024, the figure was 59.5%, but up to 10,000 more RECEs may be needed. No clear performance targets exist for recruitment. All of this was brought up in committee when we debated this bill. Conservatives never debated that families need access to affordable quality childcare. What they debated was that this program was never designed to actually deliver that. Inclusion. The program aimed to improve access for underserved and vulnerable groups, but enrollment for low-income families using subsidies has declined. The reallocation of spaces in 2025 prioritized regional capacity for growth instead of equity. So the whole thing where liberals talk about equity, inclusion, this doesn't even tap into the kids with special needs. It's all virtue signaling. It's all for show. They say the thing, but never do the thing. They are fake and lying. In conclusion, from the report, Ontario met the interim goal of halving fees by 2022, but many 2026 goals are at risk unless major changes are made. This matters, and the reason it matters is because you need to recognize that they lied to get your vote. And if they did it for their biggest program, they are doing it for everything else. They are doing it with our resources, oil and gas. They are not developing our resources. They are taxing you into oblivion. They are telling you they are going to make housing more affordable. They're not. They're telling you they're going to make crime go down. They are not. You have to look at the results. That's why this data matters. Please share this video. Please get the word out. Grandparents who are picking up the slack, trying to fill the gap because parents cannot access childcare is a major issue in this country. And low-income families who need to access this are not getting it. We have the lowest birth rate we've had in 30 years in Canada because young parents are afraid they can't afford to have kids and they can't find childcare. There are solutions. There are amazing advocates in this country that have great solutions. And the solution is not more government. It's allowing childcare providers to create the spaces of quality, inclusion, and affordability. They can do it. They want to do it. But the government does not listen to them. So pay attention. The policy does impact you. Your vote matters. And you need to vote for conservative policies that will expand childcare for you to be able to access.